Hello students, in today's class we'll be studying about types of tropic movement. First type of tropic movement is phototropism, which is a response of plant part towards or away from light. Here light acts as the stimulus. So there's an activity to show the process of phototropism in plants in which they have taken a conical flask containing the germinated beech seed which is attached with the help of loose wire mesh. The cardboard box is opened from one side and the setup is placed in such a manner that the open side of the cardboard box is receiving the sunlight, and they have kept this setup for about 3 days, and then they have taken the observation. They have seen that the roots are bending away from the light and the shoot is bending towards the light. So this curvature, this bending shows the movement of the plant part shoot, that is the shoot, which is showing the bending towards the light, and the root which is showing the bending away from the light. Hence, we conclude that the roots show negative phototropism and the shoot shows positive phototropism. Next type of tropic movement is geotropism. The growth movement of plant part in response to the gravitational force of earth is known as geotropism. There are two types of geotropism: positive geotropism and negative geotropism. Positive geotropism is the movement of the plant part in the same direction of gravity. So the movement of the plant part will be in the same direction of gravity, while in case of negative geotropism, the movement will be against the gravity. Now, here's a diagram showing positive as well as the negative geotropism. The roots of the plant shows positive geotropism. They grow in the direction of gravity. So they have performed the experiment in which tilted the they have kept tilted the plant pot and kept it in the same manner, then kept it in the same manner in the sunlight. Then they have seen that the roots grow still in the downward manner towards the gravity, and the shoot is growing away from it, as well as it shows the bending the curvature away from the gravity. So hence this shows that the shoot always shows negative geotropism and the root shows positive geotropism. Next type of tropic movement is hydrotropism. The growth movement of plant part towards the water or moisture is called hydrotropism. There are two types of hydrotropism: positive hydrotropism and negative hydrotropism. The growth movement of plant part towards water is positive hydrotropism, while the growth movement of plant part away from water is negative hydrotropism. Now here's a diagram showing positive hydrotropism. So we can see that the root always grows in the direction of the water, in the direction in which it is receiving the water. It moves towards where the excess of water is there, while the shoot is showing the negative hydrotropism. It is moving away from the water. So we can say that the roots show positive hydrotropism and the shoots show negative hydrotropism. Another type of tropic movement is chemotropism. The growth movement of plant parts due to the chemical stimuli, due to the chemical substances which acts as a stimulus, is known as chemotropism. There are two types of chemotropism: positive chemotropism and negative chemotropism. The growth movement of plant parts towards the chemical substance is called positive chemotropism. A very good example is the growth of pollen tube towards the style, towards the egg part of the ovary is known as the positive example, is a very good example of positive chemotropism. Now see the diagram over here, in which as soon as the pollen grains falls on the stigma of pistil, we'll see that it starts growing the pollen tube towards the direction of ovary containing the egg. Why this happens? This happens because certain chemical substances are being released by the egg present in the ovary, which attracts the pollen tube towards it. So, hence the pollen tube is growing in the direction of the chemical substance. It is showing positive chemotropism. Next is negative chemotropism. The growth movement of plant parts away from the chemical is known as negative chemotropism. We see the hypha of certain fungi, they start showing curling or growth away from the metal containing domains which are present in the soil, like copper, like cadmium. So they show the growth movement away from this metal containing substances which are being present in the soil. So hence they are showing a negative response towards the chemical substances. So they show negative chemotropism. Thank you.